Usione jueni dem mwezi ukacheza sports.
Today we are going to talk about HIV and we're going to discuss all about it.
My end goal is actually to see a world where we have normalized the HIV conversation.
I could be powerful, beautiful, and unstoppable. Yeah, that's who I am. I'll be true, that's where I stand. Yeah, yeah. Love me, baby, but no one's gonna take me. That's who I am. Always know I got a plan. Yeah, yeah.
Big Siz. Welcome back to another episode of the SISTA show.
Where SISTA stands for Sky is staying true always.
Staying true is our thing, but that's not all. We are all about friendship, fashion, music, and just having a fun time.
Speaking of fun, today's episode iko full of it. Tuko na Sky Queen and I can't wait to meet her.
Tutakuwa na a few Sky girls wenye tutahold challenge ya kuimba. Alafu tukitoka hapo, tutaenda kwa Pink Coach. I'm your host Mario Wendy. Drawing is my thing. Pressurizing people, it's definitely not my thing.
And I am Stephanie Rebecca. Reading books is my thing and laziness not my thing. So, let's do this.
Tuko super excited about this challenge. But before, introduce and tell us what's your thing and what's not your thing.
Hi, my name is Timina. My thing is singing, swimming, and making new friends, and body shaming isn't my thing.
Hi guys, I'm Mora. Music and dance is my thing. Bad vibes is not my thing.
Hi, I'm Vaida. I love singing and doing poems, and backstabbing isn't my thing.
Hiya, challenge ya leo it's all about singing and focus. Aim ya hii challenge ni kutest kama unaweza imba bila kufail when another player is singing another song.
Mta choose song mko comfortable nayo. Afterwards, mta step forward na kuanzisha wimbo.
In order to win, lazima uimbe bila distraction. Ukibant, unatolewa game. Last person standing wins.
I hope mko excited. Juu sisi tuko excited. You can try this challenge at home. Na mtusho kama mlipenda. So girls, it's your turn.
Oh, a hero. I feel like I can be Oh, a hero. I feel like I can be myself with you. Full and no, loving you is a losing game. I don't need your games, game over. I don't need your game over. You're riding on your roller coaster. I've been told to get you off my mind, but I hope I never lose the bruises that you left behind. Oh my Lord, I need you by my side. And if only I could hold you, you keep my head from going under. Shall we reminisce and sip and miss ya? Tell me how you got.
Tú siempre fuiste el más veloz.
Anna, Vane. Hey, we have a clear winner. Hey, Vaida is our winner for this episode's challenge.
Hey. Lakini hadi mnajua nini? Pia sisi tunaweza imba. See, we show them. Here we go. Hey. Baby, I feel like make you. Oh, baby, oh no. So guys, this is what we had for this episode.
For more challenges, check out our next episode. Bye, babe.
Habari my Sky babes, karibuni sana to the Pink Couch. Mimi ndiye host wenyu mpendwa, Lydia. And today we are going to talk about HIV and we're going to discuss all about it. When I say all, I mean all. So go grab your juice, go grab your water. Do not forget your notepad and your pen because you're about to learn some more. And today we are joined by a very beautiful lady called Doreen. She is going to tell us all we need to know about HIV. Besides that, we are going to listen to her story. So let's welcome Doreen.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Doreen Mora. I work for the Global Network of People Living with HIV and the National AIDS Control Council. And I'm also a HIV and AIDS advocate.
And I am also a founder of a digital initiative called I Am a Beautiful Story. So I was diagnosed with HIV in the year 2000, and that was 22 years ago. And my parents actually found out about their HIV status through my diagnosis. So my dad was HIV negative, and my mom is HIV positive to date. My other siblings are also HIV negative, except for the one who passed on. ARVs came to Kenya in 2004, so we started them in 2005. So when my doctors told me at that time that, Doreen, you're living with HIV, and you are going to take treatment for the rest of your life. Right now, I've been on treatment for 17 years. I never thought that I would be on treatment for that long. So in 2011, I stopped taking my ARVs because at this point I was tired. I was in high school, and most of the kids were asking me, why do you take treatment? You can't tell them that you're living with HIV.
Yeah.
Because I was also, my doctors were very specific and said, never tell anyone you're living with HIV. So when you're living with HIV, there are tests that are done on you to show progress in terms of treatment. So there are two tests, one called the CD4 count, another one called the viral load test. So my viral load was very high. So for a person taking treatment, because this shows the level of virus in your body, the viral load is supposed to be low. So the first one was 70,000 copies. 70,000 is extremely bad. So the doctors were like, why? You have been doing so well, so we do not understand. So I told them, maybe it's the time. I'll work on the time. I'll set an alarm. And they were like, okay, just do that, because if you come back next time and it's still very high, we'll have to change your medication.
Meaning you have to take your ARVs at a specific time. Yeah,
you do.
Oh, okay.
Like if it's 8 a.m., it's 8 a.m. every day for the rest of your life. So if you change and say, now I want to go to 10 p.m., then it has to stick at the same exact time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I knew I was not taking treatment. And with the treatment, there are levels. So there is first line, second line, and third line. So first line is basically like where everybody else starts. Second line comes in if you have failed on first line, you're not responding to first line, and the doctors feel like now this is the regimens in first line are not working for you. So the regimens is basically the types of treatment, because most of the ARVs are combined treatments. So the second line is now the middle one. Third line is the extremely bad one and has very rare types of ARVs in there. You can never go out of first line. In fact, you are supposed to stay on first line for the rest of your life. But sadly, some people really fail on all the like on probably the first two, and maybe get their footing on the third line. So that depends on the person. So when I went back to hospital, of course, I was asked, why did you stop taking treatment and all that? And I could not tell the doctor that I have treatment fatigue, because the doctor's job is to ensure that you stay on treatment. So I went back to treatment only because I was feeling a little bit like under the weather, and I had to go back. So a year later, I was doing my internship, and then we were sent to the field to test young people. So we stayed in the school for like 3 days because it was an institution of higher learning, and then the kids were not coming. So later on, during the week, most of them came for the testing. And then now when we went back to the office, now my boss was like, maybe you should try and tell them your story first. One thing about living with HIV publicly is there is no going back. I started now talking openly about it. I think the coming out publicly helped me also reach the acceptance stage that I am living with HIV, that this is the life, that I should stop focusing on the things I feel it has denied me. So then I started advocacy, and I started my initiative, I'm a Beautiful Story, which basically what I wanted to do was for people to see that there is a life beyond your diagnosis.
Speaking about your initiative, when did you start it?
So I started my initiative in 2015.
Okay.
And back then, like, social media advocacy was not so strong. In fact, up until 2020 was when now even the organizations that I work with started being like, okay, this makes sense. But before that, it was just me waking up every day, posting inspirational quotes around HIV, telling people that we need to normalize the HIV conversation, sharing stories on YouTube, just teaching people, because the one part of HIV that is really missing is the information and education part. So that is the gap I was really trying to fill.
What's your end goal?
My end goal is actually to see a world where we have normalized the HIV conversation, where more people are comfortable speaking about HIV, where we can speak about HIV at the home setup, and it doesn't seem like it's a big deal. And I have seen the changes, but we are yet to reach where we should be at a point where HIV is not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's just another normal health condition, because there is no health condition that is anybody's fault. So it's just a medical condition. You learn to live with it. You learn to explore life with it. So my goal is to see a world where stigma related to HIV is not there.
Well, Lydia is a person who really loves to read people's articles, their life story, and recently I've been reading people living with HIV. Can you kindly tell us the myths and also how people contract this virus?
If you have unprotected sex with somebody who is not on treatment, then your chances of getting HIV are very high. So nowadays we have a new science that has proven that people living with HIV who are taking their treatment have lowered the virus level in their body, which means they cannot transmit HIV sexually to a negative partner, or even to their positive partner, they can't reinfect them. Secondly, through what you call mother-to-child transmission, that is how I got HIV. That is a positive mom giving birth to a positive child, either during conception, during birth, or during breastfeeding. Then there is sharing of sharp objects. This one specifically affects most people who inject the hard drugs. Blood transfusion used to be there, but nowadays blood is thoroughly screened. So along the years, that stopped being really a method, or rather a way of getting HIV. When it comes to the misconceptions, HIV and AIDS are two different things. You can't live with AIDS, because AIDS, it's like the last stage of HIV.
Okay.
So HIV is the virus. Okay. A lot of people live with the virus. AIDS is the disease. The second way is saliva has very, as much as it's a body fluid, it has very little elements of the virus. You need at least 70,000 liters of saliva. I don't think that is practical for human beings. You cannot get HIV through a touch or a hug. HIV does not discriminate on your blood group.
Oh, okay.
It affects everybody.
Now, Doreen, speaking about you now, how does your normal day look like?
I wake up, I have coffee, I do my normal work, well, depending, because I only work for GNP Plus, I only work 10 days a month. For now, the National AIDS Control Council, that depends with when they want us to do the work that we are doing. And basically, every other day now, it's more about the work I do around advocacy on social media. Well, and then there is the traveling that I love a lot. I think that is more or less my normal day.
How did you overcome the self-stigma?
Basically, I looked at the fact that I almost died because I stopped taking my treatment. And living with HIV is a lifelong journey.
Yeah.
And with that, you need a support system. I have a great family. They support me. They remind me to take my treatment. So why am I letting HIV win? So that is how I overcame my own self-stigma, by not looking at HIV from a point of it's denying me life, but just getting to live life with it, because at the end of the day, it's not like something I can change.
That's nice, Doreen. I don't want to let you go. Please stay. But I really learned a lot from you. And I hope people will apply that in their lives. And your life story was touching. Well, guys back at home, remember this. 1, you deserve pressure-free friendships. And 2, do not let anybody pressurize you into doing things that you don't want. And if you really, really need to talk to somebody, well, Sky Girls is here for you. And also you can bonga confidentially now 1-to-1 on 1190. It is totally toll-free on calls or texts. And that is all we had on the Pink Couch this week. Bye.
Niaje Sky Babes, I'm your reporter kwa ground Anli. Tuko hapa Maisa and I'm so excited. Dancing is my thing, backbiting, backstabbing, that's not my thing.
I'm Janet, I'm 19 years old. Football is my thing, then tribalism is not my thing. Nilijua football ni my thing through coach moja nitoka Kuchanti, alikuwa tena timboko kwa mtaa. And then nilikuwa tunacheza na vijana, akanichukua akaanza kuninecha hapo. Hadi nikafika mahali nikaenda national team.
How do you balance education and your talent?
Na balance education na talent yangu because I'm lucky niko boarding school. So from morning mpaka 4:30 hapo tuko class. After class tunaenda kwa pitch. Alafu macho yenye tuko nao ni wa supportive sana.
So she's very lucky because she has supportive teachers. How did you join Maisa and what's the process of joining it?
Join Maisa through championship. Na process ya kujoin Maisa lazima ufanye clean up, usign sheets, alafu tena ukisha sign umesign contract. At the age of 13 nilienda Norway Cup. At the age of 16 nilienda East African Cup. Alafu tena at the age of 17 nilikuwa national team under 20. Alafu at the age of 19 this year before Kenya ibaniwe into sports nilikuwa senior team national team Harambee Starlets.
Hiyo ni poa sana, so you're very lucky. Kwa hivyo, what challenges have you ever faced when playing football?
My mama alikuwa ananisupport, alikuwa anasema mimi ni mdem nachezaje ball. Ball ni ya vijana. Then nilikuwa na get hard time. Wasichana wengine wakidance, mimi ni wa kucheza ball. Sasa wanasema wewe ndio ucheze ball. Yaani sina mabeshte wangu wengi ni vijana. Tuna challenge nyingine nikikuja huku Maisa lazima nitumie fare. Mama yangu akusupport. Sasa wewe ndio uje vile utafika kama utatake ndio ufike Maisa shida yako.
We all have rights to follow our dreams despite what others may think we are capable of and whatever we put our minds on. Sky Girls is not just about music, dances, but an array of other things including sports. Usione jueni dem mwezi ukacheza sports. What advice can you give to the people who are watching?
If you believe in something, usi give up. Fight for it.
Amesema you have to fight for it. Your motto yenye wewe inakupea courage to continue playing football.
Kama Obama alikuwa president wa USA na ni Mwafrika, mimi naweza fika penye nataka mimi ni Mwafrika. Yes, I can.
We are so proud of you, sis. Keep staying true to you.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more lit content.
Like on our next episode, tutakuwa na Sky Girl Fashion Challenge.
And we are back with our faves, Creative Corner na Pink Couch. The upcoming Pink Couch is very special. Make sure to tune in, you'll find out.
Na najua huwezi taka kumiss the next episode, but that's all we had for today.
We'd also love you to be part of the SISTA show. So, tell us what you love so far on our social media.
Follow us at Sky Girls KE pale Facebook, Instagram na pia TikTok. Alafu before nisahau, if you'd like to be part of the Sky Squad, you better take the pledge pale kwa website and then boom, wewe ni Sky Siz. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Mario Wendy.
And I am Stephanie Rebecca. Till then, be true to you, boo. Bye.